Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you a quick movie review. This time we're going to be talking about 2005's Devour. Of course, being a horror film, as I said, released in 2005. I know this is kind of a random review, but I still do like doing movie reviews, and especially horror movie reviews once in a while. Especially, I already said especially, but it's 1 o'clock in the morning, alright. But yeah. So Devour, this was released back in 2005, as I've said about 3 times now, and it starred Jensen Ackles, of course, who we all know as Dean fucking Winchester on Supernatural, and it also stars Shannyn Sossamon, as well as Dominique Swain. But yeah, so I checked out this movie, one, because it was about $2 or $3 at a dollar store when I was randomly out there with my girlfriend. We happened to find like this odd little collection of movies they had just for a couple bucks, and this was one of them. And I thought it was pretty ironic because I was really getting into Supernatural and just happened to randomly run across this movie. But Jensen Ackles, he's a great actor, and I'm to the point where I'd watch him in anything. I'm so invested in his performance on Supernatural, so to watch something like this sort of made sense for me. And also, I am still a big horror movie fan, and this was released back in 2005, like I said, and roughly, of course, the same year when Supernatural Season 1 started. So he probably filmed this like around the same time, really, or not too long after or before. And, so what do I think about the actual movie? Well, before we talk about that, though, let me explain to you the plot a little bit. Or better yet, read you the back of the DVD, huh? But yeah, so let's just read this to you real quick. For months, Jake Gray has been haunted by disturbing premonitions of murder and self-mutilation he can't explain. That is, until 2 high school friends, Dakota and Conrad, introduce him to a mysterious online computer game called The Pathway. Suddenly, Jake's violent visions are brought to life as the game begins, transforming his terrifying daydreams into gruesome reality. Hoping to escape his waking nightmare, Jake turns to Marisol, a seductive new friend who dabbles in the mystic occult. Instead, the two find themselves confronting even greater horrors, including the terrifying secrets of Jake's dark family past, in this chilling psychological thriller. So, there's the plot for you. And, this isn't going to be a very long video, by the way, but early on, like, from the beginning to about midway through the movie, I'll admit I was actually pretty interested in the plot. Well, not pretty interested. I was, somewhat interested in the story. I found it to be, intriguing enough for what it was. And, the movie is, about 90 minutes long. And, it does, in a way, feel too short. In a sense, maybe. I don't know. Because I feel like for the last bit of it, things are a bit rushed towards the end. And the conclusion, it sort of just, starts. And then we get this, almost, in a way, a big reveal. Then it's over. Of course, I don't have a problem with endings that keep you guessing necessarily, but I felt like they could have taken a little bit more time with how they ended the movie. And like I said, Jensen Ackles, I love him as an actor, even this, early on, just as Supernatural started or just before. He gives a pretty likable performance in this movie. He does get a scene or two that actually does get to show off what he can do at least a little bit. Also cool that his name's Jake in this movie, so, that works. But as far as the rest of the actors go, they're all pretty passable. I won't say any of them are bad necessarily. And, the Pathway concept, the whole, computer game thing doing this, somehow it does seem a bit silly at first, and, it is. But, I do think it works, and it's sort of meant to be like this, it's meaning for of course Satan worship, and it becomes a little bit more evident that's more so in that supernatural or religious direction at the end. Like I said, the plot is intriguing for early on and for the first half or so, but then it just sort of like I said, it's rushed, and then it just doesn't work quite as well at the end when they try to jam all this information in. But like I said, there isn't really any bad acting in this movie. And when his friends are killed because of the computer gaming, and he has these visions and such, it works for his first friend. It actually looks pretty gruesome when you see these things stabbed into him and such. Another actor who's in this movie, let me see if I can find his name real quick. Okay, it's not not in here. Let me see. Okay, yeah, Rob Stewart. He's an actor I've seen in a few things now. Mainly, he was Roan on Nikita on the CW, which is was definitely a pretty good show. And he also had a part in Slasher, which is a series I did like in this past year. He plays his uncle in this, and when he's killed, it is kind of disturbing. And with the death of Dakota, though, of course, there's spoilers in the title, so come on. Dakota, Dominique Swain's character, it seemed like they had a bit of a history together as friends, sort of like mixed feelings with each other. It's implied that Dakota had slept around quite a bit, with a lot of his friends that he knew, or a lot of people he knows, so there might have been a disinterest, from him because of that. But I sort of wish their dynamic was explored a little bit more, I wish we would have gotten a little bit more background about it, or a little bit more time with how they knew each other and how they felt about each other. But it's all right. So it's a horror movie. What did I expect? I guess. But and Shannyn Sossamon, she does a pretty good job as Marisol or Anne. And like I said, the ending is a bit rushed. We find out that she's actually Satan. It's not like a shocking reveal. She seems like a little bit too good to be true. A little bit, she has like that look about her that you don't fully trust right off the bat. But she gives a fine enough performance, and it's revealed that maybe this isn't just like the computer game. Maybe he actually did kill all these people himself, and he just sort of was under this control of the devil because of the influence of the game, perhaps as a way that got to him. So that makes the whole movie seem a little bit more interesting. We do find that out. I just wish we would have gotten a little bit more of a stretched out conclusion, perhaps. A little bit more time might have helped, who knows. But yeah. So overall, I know this is a short video, but it is like 1 a.m. in the morning. Overall, I did like it. Like I said, I really like Jensen Ackles as an actor. With how much I love him on Supernatural, I'll watch him in anything at this point. It's an okay horror movie, and the rest of the performances are, fine to, passable. And the plot, while somewhat intriguing at first, does sort of feel a bit rushed. I do think it's a watchable, horror flick. It's not anything great or anything. But I don't think it was completely awful either. I'm gonna give it about a D, maybe a D plus or a C minus. I'll go with. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the movie if you've seen it. Hope you guys are gonna have a good New Year tomorrow. New Year's Eve tomorrow night. I mean. So if you guys enjoyed the video, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.